You saw the title of this video, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is probably going to be one of the most controversial videos I've ever recorded. Any tier list video, no matter what it's about, there will always be somebody who disagrees with you. No matter what. It could be a tier list on if the word yes has 3 letters and somebody will disagree. And I'm ready for that inside this Blox Fruits tier list. But there is some things that I do want to say at the start of this video, and it's that this tier list is based on my opinion. And just in case you don't know what that means, an opinion is a view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. And this ties perfectly into me. I am level 937, okay? This is an opinion. I promise this is an opinionated video based on some of the videos that I've been watching about said fruits that are going to be on the list, and all my friends that boost me and I see the stuff that they use. I just honestly think it would be fun to create a tier list, and I personally do love seeing all the comments of people getting mad and getting, you know, angry about the tier list. But what this tier list video is going to be, it's going to be a Blox Fruits grinding tier list based off of my opinion. Please do not forget that. So outside of that, I think it's time that I actually start getting into the tier list. So we'll just be going from number 10 all the way to number 1, and I'll give a brief description as to why I ranked it in that spot based off of what I've seen, and then we'll just move on. Now in the comments, I want to know what you think about this tier list, so comment your heart away. Another thing that I do want to say before I forget is, like, should I eat gravity? This is just a random question. I really like the fruit and I just want to know. But aside of that, it's time to actually get into the tier list. So what we have inside the number 10 spot is Dragon. Now, I personally put Dragon up at number 3 beforehand. This was before I actually looked at the fruit, seeing the mastery requirements for it. Like 450 mastery for some of the skills. That's literally crazy. Dragon, it seems like it doesn't seem bad, because if you look at the full dragon form, everything has AoE, and that's what you would want if you're grinding. But the fact that dragon requires so much mastery, in the end, it's like by the time you finish grinding off the mastery, you'll probably be a really high level enough, and you could just get a better fruit for grinding. So I feel like that's the reason why I'll place Dragon number 10. And it's not bad, because you do have like mobility and AoE, which is everything you would want for grinding. So Dragon number 10, that's why I would put it there, mainly because of the mastery and how long it would take for you to actually get to the point where you could just freely grind with Dragon. But once you get to that point though, I feel like it's a fine fruit based off of what I've seen. I rarely see Dragon users, if I'm being honest, but like I've seen probably 2, and they were literally a dragon shooting fire beams and stuff out of their mouth. So I'll place the fruit at number 10. I feel like that's a safe spot for it. Alright, moving on from that, for my number 9 spot, if I'm being honest, I wish I could put this one higher, because it's literally the fruit that I'm using right now, and I personally love it a lot. But at number 9, we have Ice. And this is the Awakened version of the fruit. And Awakened Ice is so good for farming. You have mobility with ice skating, and you have huge AoE skills. Like, I'm talking huge AoE skills. Like Absolute Zero, beautiful. Glacial Surge, beautiful. And the mastery requirements, all you need is just up to 100. Now, to awaken fruits inside Blox Fruits, you do need fragments, so that's one thing that you have to get. But Awaken Ice is just so perfect. The only reason as to why I'm placing it so low is because, like, I'm really thinking about it for, I guess, bosses that move around a lot and stuff like that. You wouldn't really be able to hit them that well with ice. And there's fruits that just outburst more damage, which is the main reason as to why there's a tier list for this. Because some fruits literally just do higher damage, and that's what you would want if you're really grinding, because you want to kill mobs the fastest. But ice is really good. This is probably my personal favorite fruit on this list, even though it's ranked so low. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion. Alright, for number 8, we have Dough. Now, if I'm being real, the main reason as to why I'm putting Dough above Ice is just because of the one skill called Dough Fist Filleted. It's the barrage skill for Dovey too. Oh my god. That skill, it's like, does it have a cooldown? It does so much damage. And not only that, you have like the grab skill too, bro. Them ones are pretty good too, because they do like 1000 per hit depending on your stats. But Dovey too, bro, especially that barrage is just something else. Now my main experience with it is getting hit by it. I have 4000 HP. That's probably, I actually is not a lot inside Blox fruits, but the fact that it one-shots me before the barrage is done is just like crazy to me. I don't know. I keep in mind I'm not really the highest level in Blox fruits, so I'm probably reacting to things differently from a high level, but I'm pretty sure that 4k damage nonetheless is still a lot of damage even to a player who's max. So yeah, that's just crazy to me. Like, that barrage is definitely something else, and that's why I'll place it at number 8. All right, moving on to number 7 on the tier list, we have Awakened Flame. Now, honestly, I don't even know if Awakened Flame users exist. I don't even see flame users at all. So why is it higher than fruits that I've actually seen? It's a really good question. But nonetheless, we have Awakened Flame here. I seen a showcase for the skills for it. It's not bad, and I feel like it definitely can get the job done. I don't know if the showcase that I was specifically watching didn't like show off the skills in its glory, and that's why the fruit wasn't at its best, or just from what I've seen. But Awakened Flame, it seems good for farming. Like, it'll get the job done, and it does do burn damage if you stay longer inside the flames, because like they do linger a little bit. But would I really put it at 7? Honestly, I would probably put, so I don't know, but for now, let's just say I'll put it at 7. If I actually want to rearrange things at the end, I'll definitely do it. But I really do want to like read the comments for this video, because I am like, I'm telling y'all, I'm open to changing. You can say that my tier list is bad, tell me why it's bad. I'll read the comments. I just want to know for myself. Moving on to number 6 though, this is one of my personal favorite fruits inside the game. The fruit that I'm probably going to be eating next. We have Gravity. Now, Gravity for farming. The main thing that I'm looking at for farming is definitely the last skill and the dominance skill. So Gravity recently did get reworked, and if you're looking at it, I'm showing you on the screen right now, the rework is not even bad. Like, the meteors do a lot of damage. You have a dominance skill that makes enemies stay down. Come on, like, Gravity's a good fruit for grinding. I don't see how it would be bad. And if you compare it to everything else inside the game, it's like, it's good. It really is good. But if I'm going to be honest with you though, my main problem with Gravity would definitely be the AoE for the skills. The AoE for the skills seem like they're terrible. Like, actually terrible. The only good skill on Gravity, I would say, would just be the X skill. But you can use the X skill and hit off like the meteors too at the same time, which is the main reason as to why I'm placing it so high. I would definitely say that it's better than all of the other fruits that I've ranked it so far. But for a mythical, you would think that Gravity would be better, but it's just, I guess it's really just a little bit underwhelming to me. I don't know. I have a personal attraction. I said attraction. I have a personal liking to the fruit, so I do have a slight bias towards it. But if I'm being real, the fruit is not the best for grinding. Like, it definitely isn't. But from what I've seen, I do feel like it can be pretty good. All right, now we're at the midway mark for this video, or should I say for the tier list. Number 5, I'm putting Venom. Now, this fruit, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, 5 and up is just where stuff just starts to get insane. I truly feel like 5 and up, you can't go wrong with any of these. Venom, come on. You have a fog skill where if you walk around, they get damage for being near you, while you can stack and use your other moves. And not only that, the poison puddles that you leave on the floor do like 200 damage per tick. What? Venom is literally so good. I would say it's good for farming and PvP, and it's really just crazy. Venom can literally do everything: the poison damage, the AoE, and when you transform, your skills just get larger, and the puddles also get larger too. Venom's literally so so crazy for PvE if you just look at it. And it's crazy that Venom's number 5, which means that there's fruits higher than it. But that's definitely my number 5. I can kind of see it going higher, but the other fruits are pretty strong contenders. So at number 4, we have Awakened Light. Now, I know some people probably are going to disagree with Awakened Light being above Venom, but I'm mainly just doing this for the cooldowns, right? Awakened Light, it kind of has no cooldowns. You can fly and you can control it wherever you want to go, but Venom does have a flight that does damage. See, this is where like the list literally just gets hard for me, and I feel like this is the part of the list that people will really take seriously as well, because Awakened Light is like, I don't know, like it's really good. You have the flight that moves so fast. You have all of the skills that have nice AoE. They barely have cooldowns too. You can't really go wrong with this fruit for grinding, and that's actually what you would want for a fruit if you're grinding. The damage is not bad too. It's just like, see, I'm gonna keep it at number 4, but at the end I'm going to revamp my tier list and ask people what they think about it, and I'll just show you that. But right now, Light is definitely 4 for me. Alright, now this part of the list, I feel like people will start to agree with me more. Awakened Magma, come on, no cooldowns, damn near 2k damage on almost every single skill, and if you stay inside of it, the puddles burn you more. Like, come on, Awakened Magma, it belongs at number 3. It has everything you want inside of a fruit. And not only that, the mastery requirements for it are so low too. I think if you have like 140 mastery, you get almost every single skill for it. Like, Awakened Magma is just really good. And the only reason Awakened Magma is not number 2, and the only reason Magma's not higher, is because the number 2 fruit, you can damn near just like move stack with it, and we might as well start talking about that because there's not really much to say about Magma. It's literally just a good fruit. But for the number 2 fruit, the second best grinding fruit to me, based off of what I've seen, because this is my opinion, is going to be Awakened Rumble. You can move stack with this, and if you just look at the skills, because I'm pretty sure I have them all playing up on the screen while I'm talking over these fruits, like, it's actually insane, literally striking people down. And then not only that, while you're doing that, you can use another strike, and you can use your other skills too. You can use skills during the C and V skills with Awakened Rumble is what I'm trying to say. And that's just crazy. It's so much damage. And like, the only thing, if you fight a bunch of rubber NPCs, you wouldn't damage them, but that's not inside the game, I'm assuming. So it's just like, Awakened Rumble is literally so good. Like, it's such a good fruit. I feel like Awakened Rumble and Magma, you could probably switch those two out and it would still be fine because they're both really good at what they do. But for my number 2, I'll definitely have. And leading on to number 1, Buddha. What do I need to say? Like, do I even need to? No, I'm not even gonna talk for Buddha. I'll just have a clip up of, or no, not even a clip. Some of the background footage is literally me getting carried by Buddhas. The Buddha does high damage. You have high HP. You're big. You can hit almost everything with your skills. Not even that. I think that the first skill itself is just good for Buddha when you're farming in general. Like that's not even Awakened Buddha. Like, it's literally just good for PvE and PvP. So that was my tier list. I'm going to rearrange some of the things though, and then I'm actually going to end off the video. This is the final tier list. If you're going to leave a comment on this video, because there's most likely a timestamp, comment on this part what you think about this tier list. Keep in mind, this was all my opinion based off of what I've seen in game, what I've been boosted with for raids. This is all my opinion. So before you start commenting, disliking the video, just remember it's an opinion. Do not take it to heart. Do not follow this list for grinding or whatever fruit you want. I mean, like, you can't go wrong with these 3. That's what I'm sure about. So you can just copy that. But this was my personal grinding tier list. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Also, thank you for all the recent support on my channel. I am not taking it for granted, and I'm really grateful. So hopefully you did enjoy this video, and thanks for watching. I'm not gonna do the cliche YouTuber thing where I tell you to like and subscribe. But just know that I want to say it. You're not